Hello and welcome to lesson 2 on our C1 adventure. At the moment we're going to look at simultaneous equations and how to solve simultaneous linear equations. This is the top up of the GCSE, and you know last lesson that you did solving linear equations. Well, now we're going to do solving simultaneous linear equations. This is where we solve two equations at the same time. And there are two methods for this. The first one is that we're going to visit is called MESSI, which you can see here, which stands for match, eliminate, solve, substitute, solve, and you're sure. For those of you who've been in my class before will know how this works, but not going to do you any harm by revisiting it. So let's have a look. I match the x's. You don't have to, you could match the y's, but I always match the x's. Now at the moment, this equation 1 only has 2 x's, whereas this equation 2 has 7 x's. So what I'm going to do in order to get them to match is I'm going to think, well, what number's in the 2 times table that's also in the 7 times table, and that's 14. So what have I times the 2 by to get 14? Well, I times that by 7. And what did I times the 7 by to get 14? Well, I times that by 2. So our equation 1, which I will now do in green, our equation 1 has now become 14x because we times everything by 7. So we've now got 7 times 3y, which is 21y, and equals now 7 times 13 is 91. So our whole first equation, because we multiplied everything by 7, has become this long: 14x plus 21y equals 91. And now I'm going to do in blue our equation 2, which we multiplied by 2. So we did 7x times 2 is 14x, minus 5y times 2 is minus 10y, and that's equal to minus 1 times 2, which is minus 2. Now the good thing at this stage is you can see straight away that what we've done is we've actually got our x's. We've got 14x on the top and 14x on the bottom, so they match. Now, because they match, we can give it a little tick over here, and now we can move to eliminate. If I've got 14x on the top and I've got 14x on the bottom, then I need to take away this whole sum. 14x, take away 14x is nothing. 21y minus 10y, well, those two minuses make a plus, so you get 31y. And let's have a look here. 91 minus 2, so that's again minus and minus make a plus, so you get 93. Oh, what does y equal? Well, some of you might be able to spot that y equals 3. Oh look, we've solved for y already. So at this stage I'm just going to take a breather, because this is where people tend to get confused. We now know that y is 3. We've worked that bit out. So what we need to work out is what's x. Well, in our red equation 1 up the top, in this bit here, we knew that 2x plus 3y was equal to 13. We don't know what x is, but we do know that y is 3, so 3 3's is 9. So we've got 2x plus 9 equals 13, and we've substituted in. Now we just need to solve this, and we can solve this because we know that you take 9 from both sides, just like we did last lesson solving linear equations. You'll get 2x is 4, so that means x has to be equal to 2, and we've solved it. So we've now got y is 3, and we've got x is 2. Now if I really wanted to check, I could do a little aside thing here. Okay, where I could work out, this is our check just here, we could check, because in equation 2 we were told 7x minus 5y should equal minus 1. Well, let's have a look. 7x's, well 7x's, we know that x is 2, so 7x's are 14. 5y's, well y is 3, so 5y's is 15. If we take them away, oh yes, we are left with minus 1, so we are sure yes. Okay, so we are sure. We've given that one a little tick. Okay. Okay, so there you go. You've done the first example, which was nice and easy. And now we're going to move on to the next example, which is just down here. Remember, you can pause and rewind at any stage, so feel free whenever you want to go back and have a look at the messy example. I like messy, I think it's quite nice and easy, whereas this substitution method, some people might prefer it, but the one important thing when doing this is that you must be good at rearranging your equations. So without further ado, let's start. Again, we've got different set of equations. We've got 7x plus 2y equals 11, and here we've got 4x plus y equals 7. Well, this substitution method, I like to think of it as rearranging. Here we've got 7x plus 2y equals 11, and here we've only got the 1y. So if I rearrange this equation to get y equals 7, and I take the 4x over to the other side, and it becomes minus 4x, I can now use this to say, well, if y is that, then 2y has got to be equal to 14 minus 8x. So that means that my equation 1 can be written as 7x. Yeah. Well, we now know that 2y, this 2y, can now be written as 14 minus 8x. So we've now got that 7x plus 14 minus 8x has got to equal 11. And then all we do is rearrange our equation. So we've got 7x, we're going to take 8 away. That means we've got minus x plus 14 equals 11. So minus x equals 11 minus 14. So that means minus x equals minus 3, or just x equals 3, which is great. Now, that's all well and good, but at the moment I haven't solved for y. Well, now that we know that x is 3, I can actually use this to my advantage. If you have a look at equation 1, we've got 7x plus 2y equals 11. We know that x is 3, so that means we've got 3 sevens, which is 21, plus 2y equals 11, which means take the 21 over to the other side, you get 11 minus 21, which means 2y is minus 10, so y equals 5. Now, I know this sounds like a different method, but actually what we've done is you matched, in the yellow you matched your two y's, you then solved, and you substituted, and you solved. So you could, if you wanted to, quite quickly just check that it works in equation 2 here. If 4x, well, we know that x is 3, so 4x's, so 4 3's is 12, and we've got y is 5. It shouldn't be a 5, it should be a minus 5. So 12 minus 5 is indeed 7. So yep, I know that I've got it right. But that's the end of the lesson on, you've had the messy example and the substitution or rearranging method. Now here I have 6 questions for you. You can see 5 here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try, if I can, to get the 6th one up alongside. So just give me a second. Let's lasso that. And question 6 up here. So now we have all 6 questions. Question 1, 2 and 3 you should be able to solve with no problem at all, or no difficulty. Question 4, the question just looks slightly different. Please don't be put off by that. Question 5, again, it just looks difficult. It's what the examiners like to do to try and trick you. And question 6 is a difficult one because you've got fractions, but remember what we did last lesson on the fractions, and hopefully you won't have any difficulty at all. Okay, best of luck. Remember to pause and rewind the video whatever you need.